This is like the second time I'm trying to make this video because I have a lighting situation, and it's okay. Hi, Cancers. This is Krishana. I am here with your December reading. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? I missed you. I did. I did miss you. We got a lot to talk about. December 21st is about to be real. It's about to be real. And I think it's something that we've all been waiting for as far as these shifts and changes in how we present ourselves in the world and how we are seen in the world. And a lot of that has come with all of the lessons that have come from the year. It has been a very refining time. We'll call it refining for the sake of not using other words. It's been a very refining time. But if you've used this time wisely, you've probably come out, we're not out yet, but in the process of healing, probably come out a little bit stronger. So, let's get into it. So, doing things a little bit different here. I am I'm pulling a card from the Major Arcana, because the Major Arcana is actually like the archetypes of personality, that kind of deals with sort of the journey that you're on, where you're at, what's going on. It could even be, very important elements that are sort of around you. So we're talking about important elements here. So we have the Major Arcana, we have the Minor Arcana. Minor Arcana is going to be more of your subconscious elements, the details, either what gets you from point A to point B, or um, or or uh, or what maybe you're not looking at, or things like that. Things like that. So I've already pulled the cards because this is the second time doing this. I've already pulled the cards, and the card to come up with first is the Emperor in reverse. Now, this is telling me that you know, here's the thing. There's a couple ways in which people communicate, and sometimes when people communicate their needs and feelings, they can do so with confidence, not with force, but with a gentle nudging. Sometimes when we feel that our boundaries are just too out in these streets, like just their boundaries are just too being stepped on, just too much, we can say things and not say things and not say things, and then explode and implode all over the place, just all over the place, all over everyone. And that's not really, it's not helpful, really, is it? Doesn't really do well. If people kind of knew to begin with, how to respect boundaries, or um, if you were able or more comfortable to let people know, that there's certain places they can't go, or if people were doing the same to you, then you'd have a bit more of a harmonious situation going on. And so, anyway, uh, so yeah, the goal here is that you want this Emperor guy to be right side up. And I don't know why. Sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't. You can kind of see it here. Oh, there you go, the Emperor. You want him to be right side up. What happens when he's right side up? This is the protector. This is the person who's able to rule not with harsh authority, but rule with actual authority. This is a person who, his kingdom walls are set up. Okay, he knows who his knights are. He knows who his inner chamber are. He kind of he has a direction on where his kingdom is going. Okay, that's this guy. Um, when I was meditating on your guys' energy, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I was hearing the song, the Bonnie Raitt song, "I Can't Make You Love Me." And it's true. I can't make you love me if you don't. Um, I feel like it's like one of those movies where you start quoting lyrics as if they're actual words. Like, I can't make you love me if you don't, and I can't make your heart feel something. It just won't. And this is kind of, this is kind of wrapping up the end of the year. You're not going to be able to go into 2021 with the same ideals about how you can fit into other people's stories and scenarios. It's just not the way. It's just not the way. It's not happening. Um, so let's see. Let's get into the kind of the subtext of the cards here. So we start off with the good old Five of Cups. See that guy? Not having boundaries sometimes can also really impinge on our feelings of gratitude about our life and about the people that we have around. Because if you feel like everybody is kind of taking from you, you get into sort of this like victim mentality of sorts, where you're like sitting there like, oh, everybody around me, they're taking, and not really appreciating the support you might actually have. So look at those cups behind you. Look at those cups. We have the 10 of Wands, and you guys are feeling just the pressure. But this is also the pressure of building. That's the thing. It's like it's not just pressure. It's not just like oh, we're just feeling pressure because it's fun. This is actually pressure from having to build new stuff, get new people, get new guards to guard your kingdom, that kind of stuff. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So this is a couple things. Either you have someone in your life who is just hell bent on just trampling over every emotional and physical boundary that you have, and they might be a maternal figure to you, and you're gonna have to work through that boundary. Christmas is coming up. It's probably helpful to do it now. um or or this can be you, kind of feeling kind of all over the place, and putting yourself, as I probably mentioned before, a bit in a victim mentality in regards to you feeling that your boundaries are being trampled over, and not really knowing how to express that. But the idea would be that you become, yet again, the emperor and express your boundaries clearly. um okay, next. Actually, let's do this deck. Next, we have the Page of uh, Wands, Rods, Page of Rods. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Here we go. And we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Um, By the way, I'm talking to you guys in love. I always talk like this, but I want to make sure that I'm clear that this is just how I talk. That I'm not being condescending whatsoever. I my Venus is in Cancer, so like I get it. So yeah, so just letting you know. Anyway, um, so you are probably, not probably, you're going to receive, I guess you should probably say, okay, I'll just say probably going to receive some pretty good news coming in pretty soon here. And it's going to be news that is something that maybe you've been waiting on, and you're super excited. You're super excited about this. But the issue is that it might come up as a bit of a false start, or it might be something that is like, okay, cool, all right, so call you on Tuesday, and then something happens and you have to wait a little bit longer. But the thing about having to wait, I have this like little phrase that I use whenever I have to wait for something, which is, may time only increase my power. And it's basically the idea of, if you have to wait for something, maybe there's some other stuff that you have to do, some other things you have to prepare. You know, it's like waiting on a house, and that little bit of time that it takes for you to actually from them to call you, and then you have to actually set up the meeting. Maybe that gives you just enough time to get more shit in order. Just saying. And so, you know, I know that you're feeling the feels right now. In fact, on my Instagram, on my I Am a Witch Instagram, which you should totally follow me. Um, on my I Am a Witch Instagram, I did have a little reading that I did for you guys, which did talk about like being really, really exhausted and whether or not you guys should just like, walk away or whether you just need a vacation right now. And so I know that things have been, there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of like, I have to rebuild. Like, when are we going to do this now? um, you might have to wait a little bit longer. I would say until like mid January. But at the same time, I just don't get impatient right now because there's still so much you can kind of do to kind of even push things further in a much better way. So just kind of be creative in that aspect. Um, okay. And so I would say either end of the month or mid January. We have the Eight of Rods. So things do actually pick up. They pick up pretty quickly. Um, but they pick up pretty quickly, and you are there with your boundaries in place. You are there. You're the Queen of Swords. You're sitting there and you're like, okay, okay, you're ready. You're prepared. This is all about preparation. This has all been about preparation. This has not been a slight against you. The universe is not like, F you specifically. It's nothing like that. It's literally like this has all been preparations because when you get where you need to go, you need to be able to assert yourself, whether it be an opportunity, whether it be a relationship. You're not supposed to do this next timeline in the same way that you were doing before, with your boundaries trampled all over the place, with people taking advantage of you, with you feeling sort of a sense of victimhood. Like, you weren't supposed to do that, And so by the end of the month, here you go. New stable potential. This is the Ace of Pentacles. New stable potential, for you to be able to, again, to move forward in a more kind of successful way. What happens here, the Ace of Pentacles becomes eventually the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is actually like wealth, like wealth for generations, or inherited wealth, and so you get to that point where you get to something that's actually solid, that's something you've grown over time. But you can only do that when you know how to work it, when you know how to assert yourself, when you know how to run a kingdom. So I hope this was helpful, and thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe. I will see you guys next month. And yeah, follow me on the instagram.com/i.am.a.witch, WXTCH. Talk to you soon. Bye.